What's up, everybody? Brett Mix here, Macho Wrestling 101, here for another Nitro review in the Monday Night Wars. This is Week 9, coming to you from the Jacksonville Memorial Coliseum in Jacksonville, Florida, live on TNT. This is the 10th episode of Nitro, but the 9th week they've gone head-to-head with the WWF. Won't make you wait for the ratings. This Nitro drew a 2.0 to WWF's 2.6. So a loss after 2 consecutive weeks. The first 2 weeks Nitro's ever won consecutive back-to-back. They followed it up with a loss to WWF 2.6 to 2.0. So a 0.6 loss. So this Nitro is the 2.0 Nitro. It was commentated by Steve McMichael, Bischoff, and Heenan the week they lose this week. Bischoff introduces an interactive way for the fans to vote on who's in a match, so the main event will be decided tonight. This was 10 years before the whole Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Sunday thing. The fans would call a hotline and vote on who's going to take on Sting for the title, for the U.S. title tonight. Also, I believe they voted on the face wrestler as well, so I don't know if it was even Sting that was decided. It was one wrestler on the face side versus one wrestler on the heel side. And if it was Sting, his title was on the line. I believe that's what it was. The Giant with the world title takes on Cobra. He defends it with Jimmy Hart in the Giant's corner because Jimmy Hart turned heel at Halloween Havoc along with Luger. So Jimmy Hart's with the Dungeon of Doom now. So he's with accompanying the Giant. Not sure how Cobra gets a world title shot after he's curtain jerking Nitro, but here we are. Giant comes out with the world title all heel with Jimmy Hart laughing like a maniac. Both of them were. Only Jimmy Hart works as a heel. I don't know why he was ever a face. It's like Heyman being a face or Heenan. Why? It doesn't work. They tie up and Giant hits a choke slam. At 16 seconds, he wins and retains the world title. It didn't even feel that long. It felt like 7 seconds. Either way, he returns. I'll give it a 1/4 of a star just for having the Giant book dominant. Hogan and Savage cut a promo outside. Both guys are all dressed in black. A year before they do it in the NWO. And Savage says he will stay on the Hulk on the dark side because they're all wearing black. He says he'll stay on the dark side forever and ever and a day. The Taskmaster with Jimmy Hart takes on the Renegade. So Jimmy Hart's doing double duty here. He's with Kevin Sullivan taking on the Renegade. The Renegade gets a big pop. He runs to the ring like Warrior. He looks like Warrior. He acts like Warrior with fast running clotheslines. And, shaking his arms like this with his face paint, bopping his hair. Sullivan slams him headfirst into the steps. The Taskmaster drags him into the ring and lays him with a right. Sullivan chops Renegade in a hard Irish whip while chopping away. Renegade comes back with a power slam, a cartwheel elbow into the corner. Then Taskmaster moves out of the way, and in the Tree of Woe, Sullivan buries the knee into the face of the Renegade, who is hanging in a Tree of Woe. Sullivan with a double stomp off the top, and that's enough to win it for Sullivan at 2:47. This is why the Renegade didn't work. He was jobbing in 2 minutes on Nitro to guys like Sullivan. Not that Sullivan's horrible or anything, but you'd think the Renegade would be able to take care of him. And nope, not. And it's a clean win for Sullivan at 2:47. I'll give it 3/4 of a star. Mean by God Gene is backstage with Flair, cutting a promo on Sting. Flair says he's styling and profiling tonight. Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit 2. They fought 3 weeks before this. On the October, I believe, 18th, 1995 edition of Nitro. If not 18th, it's 16th. I might be getting it mixed up. But there was a 4-star match the last time they went at it. Benoit won that one with a full Nelson suplex into a bridge. Benoit is in yellow tights with a black star on the back. Eddie Guerrero's in black and red singlet outfit with a white jacket to the ring. Eddie runs into a reverse elbow. Benoit hits a beautiful snap suplex from the get-go. Benoit with the right hard chop and a side suplex from Benoit to Eddie. Bischoff says these two are campaigning for a cruiserweight division, so they're really putting on a show. Benoit with a spine buster, a deep Boston Crab, and Benoit explosive with his offense. They show Sonny Ono having sake and sushi out there with a bunch of other Japanese promoters. This previewing the eventual Starrcade 95 Japan versus WCW a little bit early here. Eddie then with a standing snap suplex to Benoit. It's like they're scouting while they're eating and drinking sake. Eddie Guerrero goes up top, and Benoit has it scouted with a superplex from the very top rope. Eddie Guerrero covered at a near fall. Fuck, these guys are great, I wrote. Benoit with a deep tiger bomb. God, the impact. Benoit literally drives Eddie Guerrero through the canvas with that. He did it in the last match, too. leading this month before. No wasted moves in this match. Every move meant something. Guerrero with a victory roll on Chris, but he kicks out and stomps Eddie in the head to take back control. Eddie off the side ropes with a roll-up, and Eddie Guerrero gets a 2. Benoit with another boot to the face, making sure he's in control. A bridge by Benoit with a Northern Light suplex and a near fall. Benoit with a full Nelson, but Eddie Guerrero hooks the top rope. Benoit suplexes Eddie Guerrero onto the ropes, and he's on the outside apron. Chris then suplexes him back into the apron, but Eddie and Chris exchange rights on the apron. Then Benoit suplexes him in, but Eddie had the leverage advantage and gets the 3 count. Eddie wins at 6:29, getting revenge for his loss last time when Benoit hit that full Nelson German suplex with a bridge to win. The match was great this time around as well. I gave it 3 stars and a quarter. Next up, we have the main event. The fans voted Sting versus Flair, so the U.S. title is on the line. Sting is defending the title against Flair in the main event. Flair had turned heel not long ago, joining the Horsemen at the Halloween Havoc. Sting now, so Jimmy Hart, Lex Luger, and Ric Flair all turned in the same week from face to heel. Sting now defending his U.S. title. You think that's a lot? What, didn't we just see that in real life with Santos, Escobar, Asuka, and Drew McIntyre? Those are 3 people that turned heel in the last week, so it happens. The fans voted this match, apparently, and Flair comes out with no robe. Ric Flair and the Stinger go at it. Stinger wastes no time with right hands and a military press. In the corner, he connects with 10 rights where Flair flips over the buckle and runs into a clothesline on the apron, the same spot we always see. Flair then suplexes Sting on the floor before strutting and then begging Sting off. Towards Flair, we are the steel barricade. Flair bought himself some time. Back from a commercial flag, Flair was in control. This matchup went up against Brett and Hakushi against Isaac Yankem and Jerry Lawler on the Raw side. That was the main event for Raw, while the Sting Flair main event in Nitro. Flair fought fire with fire, used the ropes for leverage as he got Sting in a figure 4 leg lock. Flair worked over the legs during the commercial. This is a sprint of their usual formula, working a 30-minute style match story-wise into a 10-minute TV match. They fastened the spots that would usually be dragged out. Flair has a figure 4 on Sting after he worked the legs during the commercial break. Sting comes back. It's a military press. Flair with a thumb to the eye and shows why he's the dirty player in the game. Dirtiest player in the game. Sting power slam Flair off the top. Sting continues with a series of rights. Sting gets a 2. Flair can't believe Sting kicks out. Flair chops Sting and he can't do anything about it as he hits another slam. Sting drops Flair from up top and hits a superplex. Scorpion Deathlock, and Flair gives up as the Scorpion Deathlock is locked on by Sting. Sting retains the U.S. title at 9:42. They gave these guys 10 minutes, which is a lot on a 1-hour broadcast, so that went well. The match itself was awesome. I gave it 3.5 stars. So 3 stars and a quarter for the Benoit match, 3.5 stars for the main event between Flair and Sting. Luger comes out, as do other wrestlers. Sting and Flair had the Scorpion Deathlock, but Sting wouldn't let go for like 5 minutes, and the ring bell rang like 10,000 times. It was annoying. Mean Gene has a promo with the Giant, who has the title. Mean Gene says he's not the champion anymore. Sullivan says even by DQ, it's said in the contract. So Giant went on by DQ, so he's the champion. But then a lawyer comes out and says the title's going to be on the line at World War III. The Giant is then stripped of the WCW title, so the title is vacant now. And the winner will be the winner who wins World War III. That'll be the new champion. The fans chanted for Hogan. Well, this was week 9 of the Wars. Nitro scored a 2.0. Again, the WWF scored a 2.6. They beat them by 0.6. And this came after Nitro's first ever 2 consecutive wins in a row. So they take the loss this week and are now all-time 3 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws versus the WWF in the 9 weeks of the Monday Night Wars. Next week, Savage takes on Ming, Johnny B. Bad takes on Eddie, and Sting takes on Malenko. So that should be good. So that's the TV ratings. This 2.0 for WCW. However, quality-wise, I get this Nitro rating a quality of 7.5 out of 10, quality rating-wise, because of the 2 3-star plus matches. Thanks to anyone enjoying these reviews. You don't have to watch them live with me. They're always archived, so you can, whenever time you want to relive the war, you can relive these reviews. I have them archived on my channel, so stay subscribed and notified, and we'll see you for the next Monday Night Nitro in Week 10. This is Week 9, a 2.0 in the ratings, a loss to the WWF, but a 7.5 out of 10 quality rating. I'm Brett Mix for Nitro, and I'm out.